pumpkins, creepy scarecrows, and a chainsaw. The scariest period of the year has begun on the island. Fortnitemares. Hello, loopers. Are you ready to meet ghosts, monsters, and other inhabitants of nightmarish reality? If yes, then get ready for the rubric where we clearly and factually understand all the secrets of the new update. And today in the issue, atmospheric and creepy changes to locations, new scary items, stunning free items, and the first information about the final event. And also the scary secret of Mephisto, who has already taken over the Dark Kingdom. Get your flashlights and your Halloween popcorn. We will need them. Don't forget to support the ruler of the most fishy empire by entering the code of FillyFishy in the item store, and we are starting. And we start traditionally with the map changes. As I expected, Epix left all the Halloween decorations for the penultimate update of the season, and in this update, the island has changed more than in all previous updates of the season combined. The first thing that catches our eye when we first get on the battle bus is the purple fog that has enveloped the entire map. The second thing that is very hard not to notice is the changed color of water in the Dark Kingdom of Hades. The river Styx changed its color for a reason. Mephisto finally appeared in the Zero reality, and immediately began to establish his order here. But they never told us where he came from. Was it from the nightmarish reality, from which all these pumpkins and creatures fell on us, or from under the Tower of Doom, where there were different runes? Personally, I was expecting that we will be explained through the trailer, but in it, as you can see, nothing of the sort is shown. So for now, I'm leaning towards the first option. And given that the gods are now hanging out somewhere else, the Red Demon has decided to take over Hades' former location, the Dark Kingdom, where he now sits proudly on his throne. You can't kill him, by the way. Mephisto has completely surrounded himself with an impenetrable barrier and mocks us when we try to break through it. Well, Reckless Railways has been replaced by Freaky Fields. From the old train station where the train used to run, there is only one reminder left, the railroad. Otherwise, this place has been completely transformed and for the better as far as I'm concerned. I would even say that Freaky Fields is now one of the most atmospheric locations on the island. Creepy barns with cobwebs, where behind the haystack we can wait for jump scare in the form of a rat with a shotgun, wheat bushes with scarecrows, where you can hide to scare someone, and most importantly, a mysterious mansion, which at first glance seems to be an ordinary house. But if you look into it and accept the offer with a TV set, then a puppet from Saw will jump out of it and run after us with an axe. By the way, this house reminds me a lot of Dead by Daylight for some reason. Add here creepy pumpkins scattered throughout the location and other atmospheric details. In short, a lot of vibe. Another place that has also been very much transformed is Brawler's Battleground. The former barracks of brutal men was taken over by an unreal-sized pumpkin, which spread its roots throughout the location. Although I would say that these are not even roots, but real tentacles. Also, in Brawler's Battleground, you can meet Ultima Carwer. If you kill him, you'll get a rocket launcher and a legendary shotgun, Wood Stake, which we'll talk about later. By the way, approaching Brawler's Battleground, you can notice that someone put a huge pumpkin on the statue of Ares. If you find out who this culprit is, be sure to let us know in the comments. But it's not limited to 2 locations. The forces of evil have taken over Restored Reels, Grand Glacier, and Rebel's Roost. Apparently, Restored Reels is now showing various horror movies at night. At least that's what one of the new loading screens hints at. And at least 4 movies can be seen on the poster. Also, here as well as in other places on the island, appeared speakers in the form of real coffins from which come very creepy sounds. In general, the beauty of Halloween locations is revealed at night. Lamp pumpkins with burning eyes, or for example stone gargoyles as if watching your every step. In Grand Glacier, there are not so many changes, and they all lie on the surface. For example, in the garden you can come across Edward Scissorhands, who settled here and takes care of his beautiful bushes. And here in the long-abandoned Rebel's Roost. Apparently, there is a whole bunch of spiders here, because I have not seen such a lot of spider webs in any location on the island. Also, there are 2 potions brewed here. However, who does this if no one lives here is a mystery to me. Also, pumpkin throwing occurred in sandy steps, whereas in Grand Glacier, all the changes lie on the surface. Hope apparently also decided to change into a witch, and on the second floor brews some kind of potion. Well, now take out your handkerchiefs because the hill that accidentally appeared on the island a month ago tragically disappeared. And we just picked a name for it. Well, and the strangest change on the map is the appearance of a metal head in the south of the island. And if you have already reached to write in the comments that this head was in the 3rd chapter, then stop. This is a different model of the head, and therefore, to tie it to the 3rd chapter makes no sense. Even if it was from chapter 3, what's it doing here? Where did she come from? And why now? It's not like she fell out of the nightmarish reality the pumpkins came from. There's not a single hint of that. So either the epics are up to something and will explain her appearance to us later, or they are again preparing the map as it suits them, like they did with the draining of the pond before the battle with Doom. After all, they never explained to us why all the water on the pond evaporated. Anyway, that's all the changes that appeared on the island. But if I missed anything, let me know in the comments. From the creepy map changes, we move on to the equally creepy gameplay. I bet that now I'll name an item that makes you want to run away as soon as possible, and not just for nothing, because I'm talking about the new chainsaw. I liked the chainsaw literally from the first ride on it. Normal damage, cool animations, and most importantly, awesome movement. But I already foresee disgruntled cybersportsmen asking for chainsaw be nerfed. So my advice to you, look for the saw and ride it while you have the opportunity. And so far I've only encountered one problem. The chainsaw is quite difficult to find, especially in the early stages of the game. Maybe the epics deliberately lowered its chances of appearance, but it falls out of chests on the island. And also, chainsaw perfectly fit the skin of Bubba from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And in general, skins from different horror movies in this update a lot. And to buy it, you can use my code FillyFishy in the item store. It doesn't cost you anything to write a couple letters, and if you do, it goes towards content development. Another new and equally fun item is Billy's bicycle. It doesn't make much sense to use it in an attack, as it's easy enough to escape or hide from the puppets. The bike does 75 damage, so during matches, you don't know whether to dodge bullets or Billy flying at you. In any case, the item is more of a fan favorite than a real threat, but you can definitely find a use for it. Not far from the collab with the saw, let's take apart the new trial mechanics as well. Now every looper can experience real terror by taking the saw challenge from TVs in special locations. An explosive trap in the form of Cuddle Team Leader's head is placed on the player's head, and along with it, a special timer is activated. In exactly 4 minutes, you have to find another player of the same type and eliminate him to get good loot and experience for the battle pass. If you don't make it in time, you die. And the mechanic that everyone is sure to love is the contract system with Mephisto. If you look into the Dark Kingdom, you will notice a red demon sitting on a new throne. Speaking to him, you can use 2 main options: Squad Resurrection and a random item. We can get random weapons from ordinary to legendary rarity by spending 20 health, but the mechanics of Squad Resurrection is very interesting. By spending as much as 99 health, you can revive all squad members, even if you don't have their revival card in your inventory. Let's hope that Mephisto doesn't steal our souls when we make such contracts with him. Also, guns from past Fortnitemares have returned from the vault. For example, the wood-stake shotgun is ideal for those who have excellent eyesight. After all, the shotgun has no scatter. The witch's broom is also back. Well, there's nothing much to say about it, it's the same broom as last year. Loot Pool lost another item, the Shuri gloves, which likely won't be back until the end of the season. According to the epics, they did it to leave a balance between the new items and the old. Needless to say, we couldn't be left without another free rewards. Although personally, I was very surprised by the new rewards. Having fulfilled all the tests, Fortnitemares will be able to get as many as 11 items, among which there is an extremely cool emotion, a pickaxe, and even a glider. In general, pleased. But in terms of plot, it's still the calm before the storm. New dialogues, unfortunately, were not added. And from the words of Mephisto, it became clear that Doom was finally defeated, and now seems to be resting in the reality of 616. Because of this, it's now quite unclear to me how we will be taken to the second chapter. Adding fuel to the fire is the fact that Epix completely updated the Herald files and the entire 4th season map of the 3rd chapter for some reason. Perhaps during the final event we will move to the map of the 3rd chapter for a while. And something tells me that Charlie Wen is purposely hiding this plot twist so carefully. A lot of people have probably already noticed an interesting pattern that in this chapter, Epix has started deceiving players in terms of plot. We expect one thing, and we get something completely different. For example, when we thought the main trouble with the island was Zeus and his plans, we were attacked by raiders led by Megalodon. And when Megalodon was about to destroy the island, a wanderer suddenly appeared who turned out to be Doom. Now, Doom has been defeated, and we haven't been shown a new villain to go back to in the 2nd chapter. And I highly doubt it's going to be Mephisto. He will certainly play a role in the story, but definitely not the main one. And if you think about it, I think that of all the characters in the 5th chapter, only Valeria, who actually started the whole plot, is the most suitable for the role of the final villain. If someone forgot, it was Valeria who opened Pandora's box with all the consequences. Moreover, I still don't understand what her book, which Valeria carried with her everywhere, forgot in Doom's Tower. And I have some interesting theories about what will happen at the final event in a couple of weeks. Especially since there's already a timer in the game files with a report that will even appear in the lobby, which means it's definitely going to be epic. And by the way, did I mention that these Fortnitemares are the coolest in at least the last 3 years? After all, in addition to many map changes and yearly items, this time they added us so many themed collaboration skins that I don't have V-Bucks on all of them. However, some of them are encrypted, so in this video we will look at not all of them. And we should start with Ultima Crower, who has taken over Brawler's Battleground. Apparently, Epix have decided to return to the night theme and are adding another night for the 2nd update in a row. To be fair, both skins turned out pretty good and in the style of Halloween in Fortnite, so it can be safely taken to the collection of spooky skins. It certainly will not spoil it. And if last year we were pleased with Phantom Meowskull's, now Phantom Guff, who was also absorbed by cubic energy. If you have extra V-Bucks on your account, I would definitely take this one. And the main star of the whole patch is Lexa the Witch, who won the hearts of almost all loopers. I think my words here are superfluous. Such a beauty must be taken by all means, especially since it is unlikely to cost more than 1,500 V-Bucks. And Epix didn't change traditions, and on Halloween, they threw in another Raven redesign. And lately, these skins have been doing really well. Seriously, I don't see a single little thing I can point out, so go ahead and take it. Epix have also taken care of Save the World owners as well, with a new Rotten Penny starter set coming out soon. It's worth saying that she looks better than her other skins. And plus, in the kit with her go and as much as 1,500 V-Bucks, so you can buy it. And as for me, the update for Halloween just succeeded to the glory, which means that Epix have worked to the glory. Major changes of locations, new interesting items and gameplay features. In a word, victory. Now it remains to figure out what will happen next, because at the moment the transition to the 2nd chapter does not even smell. I'll keep my hand on the pulse, and if something pops up, I'll let you know. So, if you want to stay up to date, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to give me a creepy like and support my creativity by entering the FillyFishy creator code in the item store. Well, I'm off to swim. See you all later.